And I think we're live. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emma. This here is my little craft corner where I talk about knitting, sometimes other related stuff, sometimes even moving stuff because I'm in the middle of moving house. I'm not sure if the echo is gone. My previous video had a huge echo in it. I was filming in my new apartment like right before stuff started coming in, so there was a huge echo going on there. It was not great. It was not an ideal filming situation, but I made it work, and now I hope the echo is gone so that you can hear me properly. Like, it's better viewing and listening experience, I guess. But I am pretty much fully moved now. Like, my old apartment still has some stuff in it, but not the important stuff. All my yard is here, so that's all that counts. Today my furniture started arriving. Hi, here my dad. My dad just wrote in the thingy that he's watching. My mom and dad helped me move today. Like, a bunch of my furniture came in that I ordered online from IKEA. So we built it. I built a couch all by myself. I'm very proud of that. So yeah, I did build an entire couch by myself. That was pretty cool. And then, hang on, let me join my yarn so I can knit. Oh, this is annoying. Alright, got it. So I built a couch by myself right before my parents arrived. It was finished, so that was nice. We had somewhere to sit on. That was great. And then we went over to the table because I have a new dining table that came in today also. So we assembled that. That went pretty smoothly. And then there was a little bench for the table that we also built. That went over super smoothly. That was just 4 screws and it was done. So that went over great. And then it was time for a little like closet wardrobe kind of thing for the kitchen where I get to store my pans and like kitchenware basically. I don't have a drawer that keeps like forks, knives and all that stuff in my kitchen, which I do think is pretty weird, but I do have a fridge in my kitchen, like installed in the kitchen, and a dishwasher. So I'm not complaining, it's just weird that it's not there. So I now have a wardrobe that also has a drawer. Like, there's 2 drawers, but one of them will be used to store like spoons and knives and all that stuff. And it was mostly my dad who assembled it, I'm going to be honest. Mostly my dad did it, and I'm very happy because I would have not have figured it out. It was way too many steps and tiny screws and way too many different kind of screws also. They're like little to no difference to it, but they were different. And if you use the wrong one, that messed up the whole thing, and the instructions were a bit unclear sometimes. It was a lot. But thankfully my dad powered through, so I now also have that wardrobe closet kind of thing. Don't know, like, is it like a dresser? Maybe you call it a dresser? I don't know what you call it. It's just a little thingy. It should not have taken that long, but there were 43 steps on it, whereas my entire couch maybe only had like 20 steps, and that was a whole couch. Granted, I did spend half an hour on one step because it would just not cooperate with me. But I did put together an entire couch by myself. I'm very happy about that. So that means that I now have pretty much all my furniture. I just need a desk and I need a bed frame. But that's like worth waiting for. I'm good to go for a long time with all this stuff. So yeah, today was a long day. Oh, cabinet, yeah. Thanks, Dad, or I think my mom's typing because my dad's driving, so my mom should be typing. Thanks, Mom. on Dad's behalf. Thank you for clarifying. It's a cabinet. Thank you. Um, so yeah, now there's a bunch of furniture here, and I get to actually live in my living room. I just spent the past, what have I been there? Maybe a week. Like, yeah, basically the past week just living in my bedroom because there was not, like, there wasn't a couch, there wasn't really a dining table. Well, it was a foldable table and there was a foldable chair, but it's not really inviting to just sit there. So I just sat on my mattress a lot. That was great, but now I have a couch and a dining table and dining chairs and everything, so I get to live there now. So yeah, that's great. That's how today went for me. I'm now very tired. I don't know how long this live stream will be. It might just be a very short one because I might just be heading for bed pretty soon. But I just wanted to come here and hang out with you again. I am knitting on my blanket again, or still, like if you've watched a couple of my live streams or even just one, you know that I always knit on this blanket here. It's a great mindless knit. It's just straight stockinette. Well, it's just straight knitting, so it's a garter stitch because it's a blanket. Just straight on garter stitch all the way through, with just one little increase on either end of the blanket. It's pretty easy to just knit this while doing stuff like talking, which is great because I'm not really the best at knitting and talking at the same time, which is why it's funny that I'm doing live streaming every single week, or it's I just noticed that it's been like every other week since I started. I am planning on doing this every week. I'm intending on it to be a weekly live stream, but life just happens and things happen. I dropped a stitch and it went like 2 rows down, which is a bit much if you ask me. How did I fix a purl stitch again? We got it. I've gotten really good at fixing stitches. I say as I now question whether I did it right, but no one will notice. There's a bunch of stripes on here anyway. Like nobody will notice one single stitch mistake here. Nobody will notice. It's fine. It's on the wrong side anyway. We're good. So yeah, I'm knitting on this every single live stream. And oh yeah, I love my train of thoughts. Live streams are supposed to be happening every single week. They are currently happening every other week because life keeps happening and throwing things around. Yeah, last week I was just way too tired with moving and everything. Like I didn't even know where I was when I was supposed to be live streaming. I just remember that, oh yeah, I remember. I was with my dad the entire day because it was the first day of moving. I was with my dad. I went to the old house, like my old house, and we just packed a bunch of stuff and prepared it for the big moving day on Saturday. And then we had dinner together and I was just exhausted and way too overwhelmed with everything that happened that day. So I just went to the new house because I already had my record player and some of my vinyls over here. And I just put on a vinyl and just listened to that. It was the release date for Speaking Out Taylor's version, so I listened to that just the entire evening. Then I went to the old home because my bed was still there and just slept. Like, I wasn't really ready to do any live streaming then. I wasn't really in headspace for that. And Saturday was a big moving day. Sunday was a big moving day, and then Monday it was a big work day, and then I had a week of work, and I'm exhausted again. But I'm happy to be home, and I'm happy to be in a home. The house sometimes does that. I just tend to ignore it. Um, yeah, life here has been good in the new house. It has been fun living in a bigger place and living in a place where I have 2 rooms. In a place I don't have too much furniture for because I used to live in a studio apartment and I had halfly moved to a 2-bedroom apartment, but then that didn't go through, so all that stuff had to come to the studio apartment that was obviously a lot smaller. So there was just way too much stuff there for the amount of space I had. So really happy to just be moving here where I can calmly move and unpack all the boxes and unpack all just everything and just give everything a nice spot in my home. I'm really excited for that, and I'm really excited to just make this a nice place to hang stuff on the walls, because in my studio apartment when I went back there I knew that I wouldn't be there for too long because I graduated university, so I had to move out within 6 months, and I was already looking for a new place because I found a job, so I have more budgets to spend. I was already looking for a new place, and then I just knew that I wouldn't be there for too long, so I just didn't bother decorating it or anything, or just making it a very nice space, which I mean, I don't regret it, but I was there for 3 months still because the housing market. So I was still there for 3 months, so I could have decorated a little bit, but I was just scared that I would just decorate it, be happy with it, and then find a place the next day or something, and I'll have to undo everything. Here, I know that I'll be staying for a year or longer, so I'm good. I'm good decorating everything. Like, I know I'll be here for a long time, so. There are people in the hallway here. It's like one entry, and then there are 3 apartments in the same house. So you can hear people walking up and down the stairs, and just hear people going up, I think. I don't know. I see we have Antje from Holland Creatief again in the chat. Hi Antje. Very happy you made it. Just saying good evening, and congratulations with your new home. Thank you. It's a dream to be here. Honestly, it's a dream to just have a space to call home. Like, I didn't buy this, I rent this, but it's a pretty great space. It's shockingly affordable too. I was really shocked at how affordable this place is. It's not in the Hague, the housing market. It's just all sorts of states. They could have easily asked double for this space, and they would have gotten a good amount of respondents. I'm sure of that, but they didn't, and I now get to live here. So very happy about that. Very happy about that. I just the idea that I get to sit on the couch and knit. Wow. I haven't done that in 3 to 4 months, I think. Just knit on the couch. Well, I did at my parents' home, but it's different, you know. And I didn't have a couch in my studio apartment, so that's why I'm saying I didn't get to knit on the couch a lot. I really cannot explain how it feels to just suddenly have a space that it's twice as big as you're used to. I think this is the only time that I'll ever be going through that, because my last place was 20 square meters. This is 44 square meters. I don't think my next place will be 88 square meters, so I'll never upgrade that much. Again, I think, like, you never know, but I think I won't upgrade that much anytime soon. It's just having a huge upgrade and suddenly having a bunch of opportunities. Wow. Yes, that's been a lot about moving for me. He's talked about moving for the last 15 minutes, so sorry if you're not coming for that. I know. Like, I did say that I was going to sprinkle in moving content, but I wasn't going to like make my whole channel about moving. And now I just talked about it for 15 minutes, which is okay because it's my channel, and these knit chats are for me to just knit and chat about my life and just do anything that really comes up. So also feel free to just put anything in the chat and I'll just talk about that or respond to that if you have a question or whatever. But I'm just going to be rambling on for these kind of videos. I hope you don't mind. Like, I'm just going to be talking to you as if I'm talking to a friend. And it's kind of the vibe that I want to create with these videos, and I think I'm doing a good job at that. It's just as if you're knitting with a friend on the couch and you're just talking and gossiping and whatever you do. Just grab something to drink, grab your knitting project, your crochet project, your embroidery project, cross stitching, whatever. Grab something to do. Maybe you want to do a puzzle. Who knows? Just grab something to do, grab something to drink, grab a snack and just like sit here with me for a little while talking. Yeah. There's another weird noise. Sounds like someone is knocking or pounding on something. I don't know. Still getting used to all the weird noises of this place. I think it's always when you move into a new place, there's just noises from the outside world that are different from the noises that you're used to. So that takes some getting used to. Also with sleeping, it's been pretty quiet here, but sometimes you hear some noise here, like, especially with the whole stair situation that I was talking about, you never really are sure if when you hear a door opening, because you walk up the stairs and then you have my door on the left and then another door on the right with another apartment. You never really know when you hear a door unlock if it's your door or the other door. I mean, I know it is my door because there's only one key to my place and I locked the door and the key is with me. But it still sounds like, is someone opening my door right now? And I know it never is, but it's also something to get used to. But I also have that in my other place. Like, you could hear the doors next door opening. My interchangeable needles like come undone every once in a while and then the stitch gets stuck, which is annoying. I'm using these Knit Pro 3mm needles that are interchangeable. Like, they just unscrew every once in a while a little bit and something gets stuck. That's annoying, but we manage. I already put my stitches on a 150 centimeter gable because it's the biggest cable available, and I thought it would be nice to just not having to transfer my stitches every time. I know it's going to be a big project, so let's just grab the biggest cable I could find. I'm going to be needing a bigger cable for the middle part of this project. I already know that, but for now 150 is good enough. There's also nothing bigger than 150, so I'll have to connect cables to do that, or we'll see. Maybe 150 is even enough. I don't know. We'll see about that, but it's just straight knitting for a long time, and I'm already at the point where it's just annoying to just get this out of the project bag that I keep it in every time. And the lines are getting longer, so it's just more and more annoying to do this. I was debating if I should just knit my summer tops today instead of the blanket, and I'm like, no. You are knitting the blanket because you kind of committed to yourself that you're knitting the blanket on live streams. And you know you would not knit the blanket if it wasn't for a live stream. You know, it's just, I don't really gravitate towards knitting this because it's such a long-term project that it's not really top of mind or top priority for me if I want to knit something. I'm never sitting around being like, you know what I really would like to knit right now? A huge blanket. No, it's just always, let me grab that one sock I have laying around somewhere. Let me grab that one camisole, or let me grab this sweater. It's never like sweaters. I don't really knit right now, but it's never. Oh, let me grab this blanket that is going to take 1 or 2 more years to complete. It's not really top of mind for me. I'm almost done with this color, so in a little bit I'm going to be asking you which color I should pick next. So prepare yourself for that question. There's just like 20 stitches to go, which shouldn't take too long. But yeah, life has been fun. I've been moving a lot, as I mentioned, and I've been working a lot also. Like, I'm working 4 days a week, and the museum is now open 7 days a week. So that is fun. I usually work on the one day that we're not open also. So you see some administration stuff. That day we are now also open, so it's a whole lot of stuff going on. There was a scouting group that I'm going to tell you that. There was a scouting group, and I'm going to tell you about that. But I have finished another color. It's getting pretty dark these past few rows. So this is the most recent one that I've done. And now I get to pick from this. This is another dark blue, by the way. I don't know which color I should pick. Maybe something light again. Let me first cut this. If you already have any thoughts, let me know. Let me see where I put the scissors all the way over on the table. Well, let me grab the scissors real quick. Think about which yarn and you should choose. I'm going to be back in literally 2 seconds. I guess not that far. It's just I put my scissors on the other end of the table, which is all I smart I need to do, because I specifically put it on the table for this video because I have forgotten to grab scissors before starting live streams. So now I remembered, but I, at the last second, apparently decided to scooch it over to the side of the table where I'm not going to be sitting at. That was a great idea. Let me tie a knot in the end so it will not unravel. Like, the ends are super long. It will never unravel. But just to keep it a bit more neat, let me tie the ends together. Woo, got it. So now it is time for the next color. I'm thinking maybe white or maybe this type of blue. So either the white or this lighter blue. Like not the lightest blue, but this one. I am leaning more towards maybe doing the white. I don't know, it's just weird to, like, it's just hard to think of which color to pick every single time, but I'm leaning towards doing the white, so I think I'm going to be grabbing that one in a bit. Yeah, I made a decision. Let's do white. So, like, it's already getting okay-ish big for camera, but not for a blanket, obviously. Has to grow a lot, and it will probably take me months and months and months, if not years. It's not really a quick and easy project, but that's fine. Like, I have a bunch of blue yarn that I want to use for this pattern. For this one blanket, I mean. There's a bunch of yarn, so, and I'm not really in a hurry to go through it all. It's just a nice way to use up all the acrylic yarn that my grandma gave me, that I once used when I was maybe 10 years old, when she taught me how to knit. It's an annoying stitch. Yeah, got it. Sometimes stitches do really not want to be knit. Just like this one. Wow, 2 in a row. That's great. Sometimes they just don't want to be knit. So yeah, tell me how you're doing. Anyway, I'm always really curious to know who is actually watching. Like, who's watching, who's listening, where are you watching? I know my parents just mentioned that they are watching from the car. They visited me today, they're watching from the car. Like, tell me who's watching, because I'm really curious. I do not see those details, and I wish I would, because I'm super nosy, and I just dropped like 10 stitches. That was a smart idea. Wow. How did I come up with this? Like, I just really pulled out my entire needle, didn't I? Wow. Oh, with the white too, those stitches are so easy to pick up. Love this. You're not seeing any of this, but believe me, it's a mess. Did I drop anything? No, I did not. Wow, that's great. I just dropped all these stitches. I just pulled out my needle, which is smart. Anyway, I was saying something, I feel like. Oh yeah. Yeah, got it. I was saying that there was an entire scouting group with 23 kids and 5 adults coming to the museum late last afternoon, and that's great, that's fine. They all bought their tickets and it was all good, but the adults just let the kids loose in the museum. They were like, oh, have fun. And they sat at the cafe and drank their coffee. Which is, first of all, not allowed in the museum. And second of all, it is quite rude. because the kids were running around, screaming, yelling, all that kind of stuff. Oh, they also put all their backpacks in a huge pile at the entrance. So I had to go fetch the adults and be like, hi, could you please not put all your stuff at the entrance? And they're like, oh yeah, we thought it would be nice to not have the kids running around with like their backpacks. Like, that's great thinking. Please no. Like, why would you think that it's okay to drop your stuff in a museum? Like, just drop it on the museum floor and go walk away. Question mark. That was great. Then they were just not supervising your kids, so I had to come around a second time, be like, hi. I just found some of your kids screaming. Like, I just found some kids screaming or yelling in this room. I don't know if they're your kids. And he was like, yeah, it's probably our kids. I'll just drink my coffee and then I'll walk around a bit. Like, no, I ask you to please be with your kids because you're not allowed to have unsupervised kids running around in a museum. He was not really receptive of that. He just got the youngest of the like adults, like this supposedly supervision, to be like, oh, can you walk around for a bit? And then that kid was like, oh, I just walked around. I'm like, you're supposed to be walking around with your kids. That's your job, kind of. I say they were a scout camp, like camp group-ish kind of thing. So I imagine they had a whole week of activities and you just wanted to end it in our museum, which is great, which is fun. But all the adults were exhausted and they did not want to do the things that I asked them to. So that was great. Work is fun. It's now summer holiday here in the Netherlands at in the region where I live, the middle region of the Netherlands. Tomorrow the holiday starts for the north, I think, as well. So then we have a bunch more kids coming over. Then the week after that, the third group, so the south group, also gets their holidays. So we will have all the kids running around the museum, which is lovely. I love the kids. I love them. They're just a lot, and the adults especially, but we manage. I manage. I'm the manager, so I'm supposed to be managing. Yeah, work is fun. Sometimes we do have fun interactions, by the way. Some kids are really lovely and they ask you a bunch of questions and you get to just kind of help them out. And some of the adults are also really fun. Like also asking a bunch of questions and just interacting with you a bit. That's always fun. It's just sometimes you have not really weird people, just I don't know what I want to say, just people that you are not really your people, that you don't really know how to cooperate, like how to work with, and just have to make the best of it because at the end of the day they did pay money to be here, so it's not really a customer is always right kind of situation, but it is a let's be nice to the person who paid a lot of money to be here. Well, not a lot of money, but who paid money to be here. And yeah, let's not be rude to the people who are rude to us, basically. I don't know what I want to say, but work is also a lot of fun, but it's just holidays are something else. museum holidays are something else, especially when you're a children's museum. That's fun. I imagine regular museums do not get this huge surge in people in the holidays, but it will get like a bit more people in the holidays, but not as much as we do maybe, because we go from having like 1,000 visitors in a week to suddenly having 1,000 visitors a day, almost 1,000 a day. That's a huge change, and we do have to anticipate on that. And we even have to anticipate on the weather, because when it starts raining, people start showing up, and when the sun's out, people don't show up. So, like, we have to improvise a lot based on the weather predictions. It's a whole lot of fun, but I am super happy to work here. It's all great, it's all good. I'm just super glad to work here, but it can be a lot. Anyway, back to knitting. I'm on my second stripe. I'm halfway through the first row on my second stripe. There are 2 rows per stripe. So yeah, I'm also pretty exhausted. I don't know how long this live stream will be. I just wanted to talk about the moving stuff again, and I'm like, I already talked about that. I don't have to talk about it. So if you do have anything that you want me to talk about, leave a message in the chat and I will talk about that instead of just rambling on and on and on. But yeah, I just started a camisole last week. I started knitting it, and that was great. It's going great. I just joined in around. It's on 4mm. It's camisole number 6. So it's on 4mm. I just joined in around, and it's going so smoothly, and I just really want to keep knitting on it, but I'm knitting the blanket now for probably an hour. So that's all. It's also fun to knit the blanket. And it's like, wow, the summer top goes by so quickly, and I cannot wait to just knit on it for maybe one more week, and then we'll be done. Like, we'll probably be done by then. That's incredible. So yeah, that's going on in my knitting life. And then tomorrow I'm going to be doing something very exciting, or at least I think it's very exciting. I'm going to be knitting all day, which is always fun, it's always exciting, but I'm going to try to make an entire sock in one day. Why, you might ask? I don't know, I just thought it would be fun. And also, it is Knitty Nanny's sock week this week, so that's pretty cool. Just be knitting an entire sock in one day for sock week, because I'm not currently knitting a sock, and I do kind of want to finish one sock so I can submit one sock for the knit along. And I don't really like, of course I want to win prizes, but I'm not really in it for the prizes or anything. I'm just here to have fun, and I would love to finish one sock, but I still haven't done the stitch. I did already pick out the yarn, I did already wind up the yarn, but I think I would really like the challenge of doing one sock a day, or just knitting a sock in a day, and just kind of trying that out. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. I probably not going to set an alarm very early to start doing this. It's not a race at all. It's not anything like that. It's not a challenge. Well, it is a challenge, but it's not something where I will exhaust myself to win this challenge against myself. I will just go have fun. And that's going to be happening tomorrow, so I'll need to good night sleep for that. Whew, my eyes are starting to, I don't know what they're doing. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is seeing properly. I'm just really tired today. Moving has been a lot, and I'm really enjoying seeing my vision of this place coming together. Like, it's the Pinterest mood boards are coming to life. The ideas that have been in my head are coming to life, are just in the room with me right now. Again, I'm still not sure if I've lost the echo already. I feel like I can kind of hear some echoey stuff going on. I don't know. But what I do know is I love it here. I'm not thinking of moving anytime soon after this. This move has been crazy enough. I am thinking about decorating a lot, like especially this wall behind me, because this is my videoing space and I do kind of want my videos to have a fun background. So yeah, I'm going to be decorating this behind me pretty soon. Just kind of hanging up some wall things. And that will probably be a lot of fun to do. I don't know, I said that I would be doing moving vlogs. I have not really filmed anything yet. And the movie's already almost out. I did film an almost empty apartment tour that I'm going to be editing soon-ish and publishing soon-ish also. And then I'll just do a updating tour kind of thing where I'll just show you how everything's looking now. Kind of a midway point, because not everything is here and a bunch of things are still in boxes, but also a bunch of things happened, and I would love to show you that. So I'll probably do a halfway update, and then I don't know, I don't think there will be too much moving content. Maybe once I go to the balcony, like renovate the balcony, I'll do something about that. But I don't know, I really liked the idea of doing moving vlogs or doing moving content, but then I quickly realized that I would have to be doing filming while moving, and moving is pretty stressful already. There's so much going on, there's so much you have to think about. It's not really a great environment to film in, I believe. It's just not the greatest environment for me to just put up a smile and film, because I'm not stressed or anything. I'm just like, when I'm building furniture, I'm not calmly building furniture. I am sometimes like really battling the furniture. This couch did not want to be built, and at some point I literally strangled a part to just get it into place, because it would just not go into place. It was fun. I did have a minor scratch. You cannot really see it, but it did bleed a bit on my index finger. It was a lot, and it's not really the greatest content to film or put online for people to see. I don't think it'll be anything like enjoyable to watch. So I'll just show you the before, the during, and the after, and then the during will be just kind of a moment and not really a journey when I'll record. I might do that I might film that tour in a couple days, because I now have all my furniture, so I want to unpack some of the boxes I have here, because I have a bunch and some need to go into storage underneath my bed, but I don't have a bed frame yet, so I cannot put it need anything, so it will be like the box will be with me for a while. Um, they'll be alright, but just the unpacking stuff, I want to do some of that before I film an updated video, because I don't think you're really waiting to see empty shelves and full moving boxes. But I don't know what you're waiting to see. I don't know what I would like to see either. I don't really watch. It's a lie. I sometimes fall into the rabbit hole of watching a lot of moving videos, and then I don't watch them for months to a year, and then I suddenly fall down the rabbit hole again. But I don't know. I just like to see anything, basically. I don't know. But I feel like people wouldn't like to see anything that I put out, but I would like to see anything that other people put out. I don't know. It's weird. Content creating is weird. Would definitely recommend. It's a lot of fun. It's just weird. I'm like, oh, I like to watch pretty much everyone's knitting podcast. But surely nobody would like to see my knitting podcast. Surely nobody would like to see my take on this. But I love to see everybody, like everyone else's takes on this. It's weird. The blanket is coming along, by the way. I'm filming in a position where you cannot see the blanket as I don't know. I still have to figure out my whole setup here. I just kind of went with the old setup, but this background is super boring. I quickly realized that. So it's time to hang stuff up on the walls or just move it over a tiny bit, because I think if I move this over just a tiny bit, yeah, you can already see something more interesting. This is literally where my heating thing is. I don't know. I don't know what to call it in English. It's a verwarming in Dutch. I think I know the Italian word. I will not be saying it because I cannot really pronounce any Italian that greatly. But I just have to move around the camera a bit and figure out where I want to be filming my videos from. There are a couple spots that I could film from. I just have to figure that out. Yeah, let me move this back because I'm now sort of out of frame. That's better, and you can still see that there's something over there. I don't know. We're figuring it out as we go, and I'm so happy that you're like still putting up with me after 50 minutes almost, or after almost a year of following me, because next week my channel will be turning 1 year old. I created this account on July 19th, which is one day before my birthday. I created it July 19th, and I actually started posting in August, like middle of August. So yeah, my channel technically is turning 1 next week, which is fun. But my actual the uploading on my channel will turn 1 in about a month, which is crazy. It's really crazy to think that I uploaded videos, like I started uploading videos a year ago, and it's really crazy to me that I can just go back and watch myself from a year ago. That's weird. That I can just do that and just see what I had in my yarn stash and be like, oh, I still have that, or oh, I did knit that, or I gifted that away, or I don't know. It'd just be like, oh, whoa, this is I just see that people are commenting when it's not on the screen. So sorry. So sorry about that. Wow, that's so sorry. It's usually it shows up like even in the beginning of the live stream, it just showed up on my. I'm pointing, but you can't see it anyway. Like I'm filming on my phone, and I was just seeing all your comments popping up and responding to them. And I'm suddenly not anymore. This is, I don't know, I'm shocked. I see, oh, Luby's Designs is here as well. I got to meet her at a yarn fair in the Netherlands a year ago, and I love meeting her. And it's so fun to see that you're here. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining in. And then I just said, I think a knitting or yarn theme would be nice for your studio. Maybe a nice collage of yarn pictures. Yeah, that would be great. I'm thinking, like I have a dream set up in mind. I'm thinking of doing kind of those wooden crates that you have, or just maybe doing it at a square compartment and just putting it up on the wall. Just filling 1 or 2 squares on the wall basically with yarn, with like stashed yarn, and maybe filling another one with vinyl, because I do collect, or I don't collect it, I do have some records that I like to put on. I could put those up on the wall also, which is not really knitting related, but it is fun to look at for me and for you probably. So that's kind of the dream to put behind it, but it's a lot of drilling into the wall, and I'm not ready to ask my parents to do that yet. I don't know how to drill in walls or anything. I don't do power tools. Like, I don't. Let me see if I can maybe, what is this? Yeah, just put it on live chat instead of top chat, so that might make things a bit better. How did YouTube do that? I don't know. But it's now a live, so I should be able to see your comments. Yeah, I just have to ask my dad to drill on the wall, because I don't know how to do that, and I'm a bit scared of power tools. So I will ask my dad to maybe put up 1 or 2 shelving things. Yeah, I see the comment now. It's showing up on my screen. I don't know how long it has not been doing that, but now it does. That's great. That's fun. Yeah, I'm really excited to just get the decorating going. I really want to do a gallery wall. I used to have that behind me in not my previous place, but the place before that. I used to have the gallery wall behind me where you could just see a bunch of pictures we put up on the wall. I really want to do a gallery wall again. I don't know if I want to do it on this wall. And this is, I think, the best filming wall, because I don't have to move a lot of stuff to film in front of it. Whereas, like, I'm just looking at different walls, and there's a cabinet over there, there's the dining tables over here. And it might be a bit weird to just not have anything here and then put up a bunch of pictures. So I don't know where the gallery wall is going to go, and I don't know if I want to be sitting in front of the gallery wall. Decorating is something that's still up in the air a bit. I was really focused on furniture first. Let me get a couch, let me get a dining table, and then we'll talk decorating, because I love just doing the entire inside of a house, basically. I love coming up with a floor plan with like the kind of colors that I want, with going on with how to maximize the space. I saw that there's a new Netflix series that's, sorry. Oh, sorry. There's a new Netflix series that just got uploaded a little while ago, and that's Hack My Home, it's called, and it is about people who don't really have a lot of space, but they need to get a lot out of that space. And then the experts will help them. And will help them hack their home and just do a bunch of crazy stuff to maximize the space. I watched the first episode and they just made a whole movable wall. So that when you have the wall this way, it's just it was just a lounging area, and then you press the button and it opens like this, and there's a whole office like between my hands. Then this is still a lounging area. Like, that's crazy. I love that. I feel like that show is right up my alley, so I will be watching that a whole bunch. I feel like I will be binge watching that the next couple evenings, or maybe even tomorrow when I'm doing my knitting challenge. I would just be binge watching Hack My Home because love it. Archie just asked me, are you a fan of more new furniture or vintage? I don't know. I feel like I am leaning towards vintage, but I do buy new furniture that's a bit more vintage looking. I don't know. I just got I can show you my dining table. Let me just move over. I have my laptop here to just help me read comments a bit better. I will unscrew this and just do vlog style. This is my dining table. I just bought this new from IKEA, but this is my dining table. My dining chairs. This is my tripod. My dining chairs, they're also new, but I don't feel like this is a modern look at all. It doesn't feel modern, but it is new. So I don't know how to describe it, so let me screw this back on. I saw someone comment that they're new, which is so exciting. Anxious Pajama Jason said, Anna, hello, I'm new here. What are we chatting about? I do this every week, and I just chat about anything while I'm knitting or while I'm crafting. So you're welcome to just come here, hang out, grab something to work on, or just grab something to drink, grab a snack, and just hang out with us for a bit while I just knit and talk to you guys. And I'm so happy to have you here. So happy to have a new face here. To have a new person. It's a lovely table and chairs. It is. It's so amazing. I got these chairs from a furniture outlet. I went there with my parents this Wednesday, so a couple days ago. And we just picked out the dining chairs and an extra chair for the living room that will double as a desk chair for the living room. I will have a tiny desk, and then the chair will move either between being with the desk and with the living room. So it'll make sense once I film my updated house tour video. It'll all make sense. Or even when I upload my empty house tour, because I still haven't shared that with you. Now, in my mind, I already showed you that, but I have not. It is still on my phone. But there I also share what all my plans are with the house. So yeah, that it will all make sense then. But I have so I bought those 4 dining room chairs. I'm sitting on one right now, and the other chair, the multifunctional chair, at a furniture outlet, and then the dining table actually is new from IKEA. We just assembled it today. Love that. Like, I love building furniture up to a certain point because I do get very I don't know, I get very heated when things don't really work out. I don't know, I'm very stubborn and I will just keep trying to make it work and it won't work and I'll get maybe a bit frustrated about that. But it all turned out fine. I built a whole couch for myself. Also from IKEA, but I built it myself. Very proud of that. Green is totally my color. Yeah, I feel like this green has been very in style, like this dark green. It's a velvet, like it's a moss green velvet chair. I feel like those are all the buzzwords right now, but it does feel perfect in this space. I have a couple green details going on, and there's going to be plants, and I feel like it all ties it together a bit. The rest of my furniture is pretty neutral. It's just mostly gray tones. There's one yellow blanket. There's wood tones. There's black. There's going to be this blanket that I'm knitting on. Just a bunch of neutral things, and then a dark green chairs that are also somewhat neutral, but also just a bit of fun. Obviously, all my yarn and all my books and all my vinyls will make it a very colorful place, but in terms of furniture, this is really not, it's really not super bright. In 2 houses ago, we used to have a big green couch, and that also worked perfectly because there was nothing else that was super brightly colored or this colored in any way. So that was the eye catcher color, and I love that as well. I feel like 1 or 2 accent colors going on is great. We have officially gotten to the point in the live stream where I keep getting an itchy throat. This always happens. I mean, this is my 4th live stream, but always, like, my longer videos as well, but I just get to edit it out. It always happens that at some point my throat will just get super itchy, and no matter how much I cough or drink, it'll just keep itching. So we have gotten to that point, so if I do have to cough a little bit here and there, so sorry. It's just because I'm talking a lot, and I do like talking a lot. Do you have any water? I do. I have my glass of water here, and tea. I always grab water and tea right before I go live, but it doesn't help. It just keeps itching. Do you have a yarny room in your new house? I don't have a yarny room. I do have a bedroom, which is not great. I'm moving from a studio apartment to a 1-bedroom apartment. So I'm doubling in space. But it feels like my entire house is a yarny room, to be honest. But no, I do not have, unfortunately, I do not have a designated crafty yarny room or anything. But basically my living room will be 1 crafty room. I do store all of my yarn in my closet where all my clothes are stored as well. And I do store my whips in the living room. Like, yarn is stored in the bedroom, whips are stored in the living room, knitting happens on the couch. Like, the entire house is involved with my knitting obsession or my crafting obsession. So no yarny room, unfortunately. Would be a dream, but would also be a little bit out of budget for right now, I think. Would you consider to do a podcast in Dutch? Maybe, like, I have seen someone, I don't remember who it is, who does every single video. She uploads twice, like once in Dutch and once in English. I feel like that's, if this ever becomes anything bigger than it is right now, I feel like that would be great to do. For now, I don't have the time to double record stuff. I don't barely have time. I sometimes barely have time to do one video a week. But I would love to do something in Dutch because I feel like there are a bunch of Dutch people who would like to see Dutch videos. I do currently have like 20 something percent of my audience is from the United States, and only 10, like 11% or something is from the Netherlands. And I don't know, that's probably, it might be because I'm talking in English, but it's also, my audience is mostly English, I feel like. So, and the people who are hanging out here are mostly Dutch. But my subscribers are like more than I thought, from the United States or Canada or United Kingdom, or I've seen Germany, Portugal, Spain, like everywhere. So I don't know, but I would love to do a podcast in Dutch once and then do a double record and just kind of see what happens. But it might be an idea for in a couple months when things settle down with work again after the holiday, and I have properly moved in here. I don't have a stack of boxes to unpack where I can just sit down, record a podcast twice, and just see what that does. But I do think that's a pretty fun idea because I think many of you have not heard me speak Dutch a lot. I do here and there say something in Dutch because I don't know the English word, or I kind of come up with the English word, or like it's a yarn brand and it's a Dutch brand, or it's a yarn store and it's a Dutch store. Like for example, Antje just commented, Antje is from Holland Creatief, which is a Dutch brand, and I will not be translating that, of course. But I don't think anybody on this channel, apart from my parents, of course, like any viewer here has heard me speak more Dutch than that. Unless you've seen me in real life, of course. But on this channel, I don't think anybody has really heard me speak Dutch, which is also a fun mystery to keep around. But no, I'm definitely up for doing some English, or doing some Dutch content. I just see what happens, because maybe, who knows, maybe there's a whole audience out there that would love to watch my videos if they were in Dutch, but like English is maybe just one step too far for them. I don't know, who knows. But I would like to do that. Maybe your voice would be more relaxed and won't hurt when you talk for so long. That could be, I don't know. It might also, I feel like these live streams are at 8 p.m. I've already had a whole day of things going on. I'm a bit tired, so sometimes, maybe that's why I sometimes cannot come up with words, is because I'm tired and it's not my first language. But I don't know if my voice really strains that much when I speak English instead of Dutch. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird that my voice always does this when I'm just talking on and on and on. Because, well, obviously in real life, when I'm just talking to someone, I'm not talking constantly. The other person gets to talk as well, so I get, like, my voice gets to take a breather. During these live streams and during my videos, really does not. Well, during my videos, I can pause a bit. Like, I can pause for a while and just edit that out. I don't really do that, but like I have the option, or I have the option to edit my cough out. And here I try to hold in my cuffs a lot, so I don't have to keep doing that, of course. But yeah, I do notice that it's getting a bit much right now, so I might have to end this live stream in a little bit. I see I'm already over 1 hour. From the start, I was like, this is not going to be too long, but it is. It's always going to be long. I see someone asking, what kind of work do you do? I work at a museum. I'm a manager at a museum 4 days a week. So Monday through Thursday, I work at a museum. It's pretty much full time, it's 32 hours. And what I do there is I basically make sure everything is running smoothly. Like, all the people working in the museum are doing their job. Everything is clean or being clean. Everything is working or being worked on. Every visitor is happy, even if they come in with 23 kids, 5 adults, and do not pay any attention to the kids. Even then, I'm just here to make sure they have a great time and kindly remind them that we do have a rule that children are not like supposed to be running around on their own. They always need some supervision. Like, I'm when I explain it, I always say that when you hear anyone saying, "Oh, I want to speak with the manager," that's me. I'm that manager that you get to speak with. So that's a fun job. It's always fun to say no to people in a polite way. It's great. It's especially when people do not want to hear no. It's great. I love it. Yeah. Like, that's only part of what I do. I do a lot of administrative stuff. I do a lot of making schedules, making sure all the people who are working for the museum are like happy that they're working for the museum still. So do a lot of personal stuff with them. Yeah, I don't know how to explain. I also do something with events. I'm not really sure how much I should be involved with events, but I'm pretty involved in them right now. What kind of museum? Not going to be sharing the name of the museum. I don't know, I'm not really comfortable with that, but it's a museum that frequents a lot of kids. There are a bunch of kids coming with their adults, and they always think we're more of a playground than an actual museum. And we are more of a playground than a museum, but no, it's indoors. It's an indoors museum, but people view it as an indoors, I don't know, like an indoor playground where they could just let their kids run loose and complain that we do not have a gate at the stairs. We had a Google complaint that we do not have a gate at the stairs, and now the poor adult has to watch their child. Like, you're supposed to be watching your child, and I don't really have a say in whether or not we have a gate there, but I've been told that it is like it gives a false sense of safety. Where you're like, oh, I don't have to watch my kid because there's a gate, but someone could leave the gate open and then your kid could still run around. Knitting events. No, there's no knitting in the museum. Unfortunately, I am knitting something that's something with the museum, but it's more personally for myself. There's nothing. I don't think there's ever been a knitting thing in the museum. It's more, you are the manager. Yeah, I could try to get knitting into the museum, but I don't know. We do master classes or workshops in the museum during holidays, but it's only been drawing workshops or writing workshops, not crafting. They do use yarn for the workshop that we have right now, but it's to make hair, not to craft things with, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a little bit of what I do without giving too much away. I don't know. I love talking about this. It's just that one tiny bit of privacy-ish that I want to like hold up. But yeah, that's a little bit of what I do in my day-to-day job, and on the weekends I just sit around and knit. I talk about knitting, I do a live stream, I do a full-length video on Sunday, and with that I do think that it's time for me to unfortunately end this live stream, take a bit of rest and go to bed early to be ready for more knitting tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a knitting challenge where I will be knitting an entire I see, I'm just going, I see you. I know. I know you're just teasing me. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a knitting challenge where I'll be trying to knit a sock in a day, like an entire sock in one day. We'll see how it goes. That will probably be the video that will be up on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. And with that, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you guys again real soon. Bye!